What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Breaker Bros. And tonight we're going to review and I guess analyze the top interior offensive linemen, the guards and the centers. I don't know too much about them other than, a handful of names like Jackson Power Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I think he made some noise in the Senior Bowl. And then I heard a little bit about Lemur, but probably not necessarily good things, but what are you expecting out of this?
I'm expecting to learn a lot because I don't know who any of these people are. Actually, I know who Zach Zinner is. I know that we've been drafting him a lot, but apparently there are other Michigan interior offensive linemen that are about as highly rated. So
Yeah, it seems like they had a pretty good offensive line this past year.
I mean, of course they had a good offensive line, but I didn't realize how many interior offensive linemen were all kind of clustered together in the rankings. So,
all right. Well, I guess let's get it started. Jackson
Okay.
Power Johnson.
Okay, so he plays center, so that should be pretty easy.
Damn. Okay.
I like he's got a big man's running style, so I like that.
He for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about interior offensive linemen, but I feel like he kind of reminds me of Jason Kelsey a little bit.
I don't know.
I just feel like because he's like really physical, like he's not afraid to have some contact.
Yeah.
I've heard some rumblings like that he could be a potential target for the Bengals.
Who is the guy that used to go to Broncos games that he would wear nothing but a barrel, like an older guy? He would just his name's probably like Barrel Bob or something like that. But like that's what I think of. It's just like a whiskey barrel with arms and legs playing football. But I mean,
he goes for a pancake every single time. It feels like.
Yeah, he's got a mean streak.
Yep, pancake.
All right. Well, I mean that's what the top-rated interior offensive lineman looks like. It should be fun.
Wow, that guy had no shot.
But yeah, I don't know enough to make any Kelsey comparisons. I don't know.
I don't know either. I just like the few highlight films I've seen of Jason Kelsey. They just seem kind of similar, where they just really like to finish plays.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jason Kelsey was a no-star walk-on. I don't even know if he was a tight end. He wasn't like a center. So
Perfect. Went right into the next person we were going to grade, but okay.
Okay, so what do you think about old Jackson Powers Johnson? Also, awesome name.
Yeah.
So I'm going to write down my whiskey barrel with arms and legs. I mean, he looks like a first-round guy to me. Like, just because he's getting out there and making blocks. I always like to see offensive linemen in space actually touch somebody as opposed to just kind of run down the field and do whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, your thoughts?
I feel like he moves well for a center. Likes the finish off plays. Strong, powerful. I guess I'll just go with powerful. But yeah, definitely a first round grade. He's one where I guess I would assume if the right tackle, whether it's defensive or offensive tackle, doesn't, I could see him being a pick.
You think the Bengals are going to go center?
I mean, a lot would have to do with what they do in free agency, because I mean, there's some potential where we could sign a right tackle. But I don't know. I feel like this is a draft where you should try to get a future starting tackle. But I mean, as far as like the pick, I can see why you would do that. I mean, he's he's just mean, and I like that. And we need mean, glass eater type offensive linemen. So
Yeah,
like,
I agree. But in terms of making the team better, I mean, I feel like center
I said,
is
if we get a right tackle in free agency that is at Jonah Williams level or better, which I think is very doable. Especially if we can get a little bit cheaper version of Jonah Williams, because I feel like because he's younger, he's going to demand a little bit more money than some of these other proven veterans that are out there. So yeah, if they get a right tackle for that reason and this guy's available, I can see it because I feel like you would start him at center and then you could just potentially bump um, what's his face to guard, and
okay.
that would immediately improve our line. I feel like a lot, especially a guy like that. I mean, he just looks nasty. So I mean, not necessarily my number one preference because I feel like this is the year to get a right tackle.
Okay, well, I mean, I'd listen to that. You draft them, have them play center, and then you add. I mean, assuming that that our
Yeah, you
current
put
starters.
Karras at guard.
Okay, assuming Karras can play guard.
I think he's played guard before. I think that was part of the reason why we picked him up is that he was kind of versatile, so it kind of left things open.
Okay, all
Um,
right, all right. I'm on board.
Frazier. So is he a guard or is that a center? Center, another center. Okay.
Center.
All right, let's check this
He
out.
played all of his snaps at center. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
I just now saw that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Subscribe to PFF. It's good value for money.
All right,
Although I don't know if this is the free stuff or not.
probably not.
Probably.
Okay.
Sorry, I was watching the quarterback.
Hold on. Was that Sweat? No.
Is this Texas they're playing against?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a nice block. Baylor, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like Baylor.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Seems like he's got a little bit of a mean streak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he stays real low. That's like 4 hip tosses. I bet you that guy wrestles.
Yeah, I was about to say he seems like a wrestler.
Yeah.
He's got really good leverage.
Yeah.
I feel like if he gets lower than the defender, it's over. The only thing we really haven't seen him do really is like pull or anything like
Yeah.
that. But I mean, just your normal stuff, he looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
That one he got pushed back a little bit, but he still stayed in front of the defensive tackle. Like they highlighted him. Nice.
I guess that counts as a pull, right? Not really.
Uh,
Okay.
got to the second level a little bit there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this reminds me that I need to add moves well in space for our previous guy. All right. Seen enough.
Yeah, I feel like he's strong, plays really well with leverage. But I guess probably not as versatile as the guy before, but I don't know. I could see him being like a late round, first round pick or a high second round pick.
Okay, pick
I
one.
just, I honestly, I think he could be a first round pick.
Okay. Okay. So I think he's a strong lower body wrestler. Question. Not much, or just doesn't seem like he moves around. Or I'm trying to think. It just seems like he's stays in his gap. Maybe. Does that mean anything?
Sounds good to me. I don't know.
Okay. It just meaning he doesn't.
Just disclaimer: we're not like
He's not
professional.
like pulling or anything. I don't know.
This is just from our perspective as a general fan
Yeah.
who roots for the
you know,
Bengals.
we're
So,
just guys. We're just guys. We don't know.
but both, I
anything.
mean, both of them. I could see now for the Bengals. Maybe picking him in the first round might be a little bit high, but I could see him getting picked in the first round. I mean, I would probably want to trade down in the round if we were thinking about him, and then pick him in the first if we were going to do that. But I still think there's going to be a pretty quality right tackle available if that's the route that we go, or like a high quality defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we're finally to a guard, right? Christian Hayes or Haynes?
Haynes.
Haynes, yeah.
Like the clothes.
Yeah. All right, so guard. Does it say he's a right guard?
Right guard.
Okay.
Played only right guard in college.
All right, so perfect.
Oh, there you go. So I'm cheating. Showing average draft position in the analysis.
I've seen some mocks for the Bengals picking him in the second. Seems like he's a second round pick, or from the mocks perspective.
Now here's a guy. Did he have a good Senior Bowl or something? Because he's not looking.
Nothing like special.
Yeah. I mean, because.
Yeah, I feel like for the second round for me is either like a defensive tackle or a receiver.
Yeah,
that seems like the best way. What's his size? He looks pretty big though.
He's 6'2".
He's only 6'2".
Well, let's see here. I think it's on the main screen. Yeah, they have him 6'2", 313 is what they have.
Oh, 313. Okay, he's wide.
Yeah, of course he. I mean, you got to think of the competition, right? So this, UConn was independent, right? So they're not really playing against your NFL prototype size guys, I mean, to me, he looks kind of small, which makes sense because if he's listed as 6'2". I mean, basically, I'm like a couple dozen donuts away from being this guy's size.
There you go. See, threw someone to the ground. I like to see that.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, was that considered a good block? That seemed like he kind of missed there.
Yeah, that was a miss. Okay. All right. I'll go first.
All right.
Sorry, Christian Haynes. But with the caveat, I don't know what I'm talking about, so maybe this is a good thing. But small. Seems not athletic enough. So I'm gonna go 6th round.
6th round. Wow. Yeah, I mean, based off of how I've seen people talk about him versus like what I've seen, which is a very small sample size, I don't see what was advertised. I mean, the first couple of people you can kind of see it, like especially Jackson Power Johnson. Like he's just got like a
That guy.
like a thumb to him.
Right.
Like you could just see. Like he's like, okay, I could see us
Yeah.
taking him, but I think he's more of like a 3rd round pick, at least for me.
Okay.
It seemed like he didn't. I want to say like if he gets a hold of you, like he's pretty stout. But outside of that, it didn't seem like he moved that well. But he does have a wide frame. I guess to me, he seems bigger than what he actually is, but definitely some things left to be desired. This guy from Mahogany?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Boston College. Okay.
So this guy's listed as 6'3", 322.
And he's a right guard
Right
again.
guard, another right guard.
Interesting.
We need a left guard.
Yeah, I wonder if they're like very interchangeable too, guards.
I think it's easier than tackle, but I don't necessarily know if it's interchangeable. I mean, if it was, wouldn't you think that the snaps wouldn't? So far, the snaps of all the right guards we looked at have been like all right guard.
Yeah.
This guy's played, okay, he played last year, he played 32 snaps at right tackle and then 2 at left tackle. So
shows versatility a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you need him to move positions, it wouldn't be so crazy for him. But 0 snaps at left guard. Not that.
Oh. This guy seems like he moves a lot better than the last guy.
Yeah.
Kind of whiff there, though.
Yeah.
See, I really like this guy better than the other one because it feels like he's got more of a mean streak.
Yeah.
Moves a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So his draft stock is declining in the mocks.
Where do they have him picked?
Lately he's been picked in the around 90.
Okay, so like the 3rd round.
Yeah, and they have him listed as 91. So ticks and ties. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed better than the guy before, but okay. So for me, I want to make him a 3rd round, and then the guy before Haynes, I think he's a 3.5.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I would say he moves well with his feet. Has I like how he finished plays, but he definitely he occasionally whiffs. He has those moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I mean, He seems to get out of his stance fast. You know what I mean? He almost seems to like move like he's a defensive lineman getting off the ball. Like he just really seems to get, you know, from the 3-point stance up and ready to go. I mean, otherwise, I mean, you know, looks strong. I don't know. I think I'm going to go 4. And I think I'm going to downgrade the Zach Frazier to a 3rd-round guy.
Why'd you move him down a little bit?
Because he does. I'm worried about the Frazier guy as he doesn't seem to move around. He just seems to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He's either a step to the left or a step to the right. Like if you go into his zone, he seemed to like handle guys pretty easily, especially with that hip toss. But like, it just doesn't seem like he moves around at all. You know?
Yeah. I can see that. I think so. This next guy, I think he's actually a left guard.
Oh,
That's what the highlight film says.
yeah.
So Cooper, is it BB
Yeah, we'll go with
or
BB.
Beeb? Maybe Beeb.
Okay, so he's 6'4", 335, so he's got a little bit more size.
So he's got nice size, I would say.
And then, so he actually started off as a left tackle.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's kind of got like a left.
Gosh, this
or
guy's
tackle build.
projecting. This guy's projecting to the Bengals. A left guard with tackle upside.
There you
That's
go.
what they love.
Hey, I mean, maybe he's the guy that we get mid rounds. I mean, all right, let's check it out. Left guard. Oh, so he's already pulling. There you go. Oh, he blocked 2 people on that play. That's against Sweat. Devondre Sweat right there.
Yeah.
93. Everyone's like in love with him. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah.
If he can hold him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, is Devondre or Sweat, is he 93 or 99? I think he is 93, right?
I don't know.
It's either him or Murphy, but I think I'm pretty sure 93 is Sweat.
Devondre Sweat. Texas number. Oh, it's Devondre. This should work. 93.
Yeah.
Devondre Sweat's 93.
This guy's strong, stout. Nah, see, I feel like this is the guy if we're gonna take it the 2nd round. It makes more sense. He moves a lot more.
Oh my god.
And he finishes it. Yeah, I would not want to be in front of that guy. Like, especially if you're a DB.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this highlight kind of showed him in different positions, so that's.
Yeah, he's a load.
So what's the knock? Is he like older? Like he must be like older or something.
22.7. I don't know what that means.
That's a good age.
It's a great age. Sheesh. See, I mean, I think he's of the people we look at, he's my 2nd favorite.
What number is he? Is he 50?
Yeah.
Like he's all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give him a second round grade.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I mean, it seems to have a lot of responsibility because it seems like every play we're watching him,
He
like
moved around a lot. He was left
he's
tackle,
moving
right tackle.
around, and he's like
He's-
being asked to like, chip this guy, go and get this guy. You know what I mean?
I think the number one quality in offensive lineman, or maybe not number one, but what I like to see is that they look for contact. And it was like he
Yeah.
would knock one guy down and look for another one. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
but yeah, and he seemed to engage low. I mean, I like him a lot. I don't.
yeah, I would
I
say
don't understand.
versatile, powerful. Finishes plays, or like a bruiser. But yeah, he's to me he's second round easily. It's weird. I don't see where.
I mean, yeah.
I don't
looked
understand why
night
he's
and
rated so
day-
low.
He looked night and day better than some of the other guys. So I don't know.
Some of those other guys, they just seem kind of slow. Like they were kind of stuck in quicksand or sand or whatever you want to call it. But all right, Cedric Van Pran. That's a center. Back to centers.
Center from Georgia with like
Oh,
killer
you know
name.
what? I feel like this guy's he's another lineman with a mean streak. I feel like there's kind of buzz around this guy, but I mean he's from Georgia. You can't hate on that.
No, he's a lifelong center, or not lifelong, but career long. And then he started off in the mid 40s in terms of draft, and he's dropped all the way down.
Did he get
the
hurt?
100s. Yeah, it almost makes me wonder if he got hurt, or
6'4", 310. I mean that's good size. I just want all my linemen to be at 6'4" or taller. Like
yeah, and like his grades are good.
Yeah, it
he
looks like they're
grades
pretty
out
solid.
well. So I don't know. Let's see. I do. If I ever became a scout, which is not gonna happen, but I like the idea of having to rate centers because it's like the easiest person on the field to find.
yeah, feels like he's got quick feet, active hands.
Yeah,
Like he's not like finishing off the plays like some of these other linemen,
Yeah.
but well, there you go. But
yeah.
he's
locks
like he
in.
does really well at staying in front of
Yeah,
the. Oh, there you go.
his pancake.
That's a nice block. Oh, this is South Carolina. Okay.
I think it'd be fun to like eat at Chick-fil-A with like a college offensive lineman. I wonder like what that order's like.
I remember watching a true life of I'm about to be a collegiate offensive lineman, and it was like
Yeah.
a dude that had to gain like 30 or 40 pounds over the offseason. He was just like constantly eating like
Oh, man.
Chipotle and
Yeah. Like if I could go back in time, I wish. Well, I guess I don't have to. I just wish I was like good friends with like in high school. Could you imagine being like a high school senior and your buddy is like, I gotta gain 30 pounds? I'd be like, hey man, I'm right there with you. Let's go.
I'm just doing it for fun.
I was just doing it for fun.
I feel like out of all the linemen that we've seen, maybe outside of the first one, like he might have the best technique. Like it seems like he's just more technical sound.
Yeah.
Because the way he moves his feet in relation to his hands is very, very good.
Yeah.
Like he's not finishing off the plays of some of the better ones, but I have confidence that kind of like Jonah Williams, like where he's going to stay in front of, well, for the most part, he's going to stay in front of the person that he's trying to block.
Yeah.
Like, he's really good at just staying in front of the guy, which is like half the battle.
Yeah.
And I feel like he finishes off when he needs to. Like if you give him the advantage, he's going to finish you off. But
Okay.
I don't know why they're stuck on that one play.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen, because like someone on X, formerly known as Twitter, they're like, don't be surprised if this guy is going to rise or more people are going to talk about him. Or I think he said something to the extent like, I'm surprised more people aren't talking about him. But
This Fran Pan guy.
Yeah.
Fran.
But so far, I'm not necessarily seeing. I mean, I don't know. He just seems more technical sound than some of those other ones. So okay.
Okay. So,
And he played Georgia, so that to me is already like a benefit. So you know, like the quality opponents are there.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I think I would grade him similar to Zach Frazier. Like I like the way Zach Frazier looks and the way we played, but so I give him like a 3rd round grade.
Yeah, I would give him. I'm gonna say 2.5.
Okay.
So like, cause like I said, I think he plays. He's got really. I like his hand placement and the way he moves his feet, and then he has the ability just to stay in front of the defender, which is, I feel like, key. Like he just doesn't seem like he gets beat that much.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish he had more of a mean streak like some of these other guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's Zach Zinter. This is a guy from that's from Michigan, right?
Yeah, he's from Michigan. This is a guy we've been drafting.
This is elite run blocker. Okay, I like to hear that.
I think like, oh wow, he's a 6'6" guard.
What? I like.
Yeah,
He's got nice size.
6'6" right guard.
They didn't play well against Michigan State, Ohio State. Played well against Penn State, Purdue, Maryland. Is that Boston College? Yeah, there's another one that started off high and then people said, nah. What?
Well, he got hurt.
Oh, he for sure got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you look at these dates, it's like July. So, I mean, I think it's a projection because he got hurt. We just assume he's going to get better. So he is a right guard.
Right guard, okay.
6'6"
65.
right guard. Good Lord.
I'm right. There we go. So I like when they pull. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Looks like a bouncer at like a kid's birthday party.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on like how hurt he is, because I feel like to me, he seems like another second rounder because he moves really well.
Yeah.
He's a bruiser. He's got really nice size. I mean,
Yeah.
how old does it say how old he is? That could be.
I mean, I think it's because he's hurt, right? Because he very
Uh,
famously got hurt, right? I think he got hurt in the Ohio State game. So you have everybody watching that.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. He could be a steal. I feel like.
22.
Do you know what he got hurt? Like, what injury?
It was a leg injury. I want to say he broke his leg. Is it Z-A-K? Or Z-A-C-K is enter? Nope, Z-A-K.
Yeah, here's the Ohio State.
Okay.
I mean, I would even say like it might be like a Verge first round pick. Like he just.
No, I kind of feel the same. Diagnosed with a broken tibia.
Ooh. That sounds painful. That's the bigger bone, right? It's the tibia and fibia.
So he wants to be moving up and around, jogging by the combine, working out monthly. Is one of the top available guards, making a potential day 2 pick. What's day 2 now? Second and third round?
Second and third, yeah. No, I see that. I feel like if he didn't get hurt, he may be like a first round pick.
Yeah.
I mean, with that size, he's like another person. Like if he needs to play tackle, I feel like he could in a pinch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like this guy could be what we were looking for late in the rounds if he's there.
Yeah. I think he's second rounder.
Yeah, I feel like if the only reason why he's gonna fall is because of the injury, but yeah, I definitely think he's a second rounder.
I would not be shocked if he was a first rounder, just because of his size.
Yeah, I don't know if you take a swing with an injury, you know what I mean? Because like, there's no guarantee that he's gonna start at the beginning of the season. So,
Yeah.
But it's like it's also one of those things where like if you're looking for a guy, you don't want to miss out. But yeah, I would say a second round grade. Nice size, moves really well, and he seems like a finisher. Really, the only question mark is like when can he actually play? I mean, if he's only going to be jogging around the combine, I don't know. I feel like he's got potential to start the year out on IR, but then he could come in.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only thing that's going to hurt him is just.
Yeah, I'm just pretending like injury's not going to be an issue.
If injury wasn't an issue, I think he's a clear first rounder. I mean.
Okay.
But I also feel like if you feel pretty confident that he's going to have significant playing time this year, then why I would take a second round on him if that's a need.
Yeah.
So, Lemur.
Yep.
Right guard. All right. Go.
That's against Alabama.
I push back a little bit there.
Yeah.
It's a nice recovery. What's his size?
Sorry, you have to close this. 6'5", 307.
Oh, okay. So he's got good size.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be a little bit smaller.
He's played right guard. He's played center. He played.
So he's got a little
mostly
versatility.
This season he played center, and he played a little bit left guard.
I get a sense he probably has more value at center. Like right now, he feels like a 4th round pick to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. He seems like he gets beat quite often.
Okay. So I'm gonna say he looks thin. Seems to get overpowered. Moves well. A project. So I'm gonna put him as a 5th round pick.
Okay. I'll say he's a 4th round pick.
4th or 1st round?
4th.
Okay.
Because he's somewhat versatile. He's got good size. Moves decent, but seems to get beat.
Yeah. You know who he makes me think of?
Our left guard?
Cordell Volson. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Like you read it, it's like good size, maybe a little thin. Moves pretty good, gets beat a lot. I think would we pick him in the 4th round?
Yeah, I think he's like a 4th round, 5th round in the mocks.
So I don't feel crazy. Of course, I mean, I want to look at the trend for him. Oh, of course, there's not much data. So really, it seems like his stock is up a little bit as of late.
Well, I think because if you're looking at him as a center, I think he probably has more value as a center. Because like center, you're not asked to do as much. And he seems like because of his size, that should help him out a little bit. But
gotcha.
I'm gonna say he's the one that got rolled over by Devondre Sweat. So, but I mean that's understandable if you're doing one-on-one drills. I mean the dude is like huge, so if you don't get the right leverage, he's gonna pancake you.
Gotcha.
All right, so Nugent, center, right?
Yes, from Michigan. So you got the last 2 guys we're gonna look at are both Michigan guys.
Okay. So I'm assuming he played for Stanford for a little bit, I guess. The first play was Stanford.
Okay.
He seems maybe smaller than some of the other linemen.
Yeah, he's not a big guy.
But he's kind of like a bowling ball, like.
Yeah, he was at Stanford 2019 to 2022.
Okay, so he just played 1 year at Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, they have him listed at 6'2", 300.
So he's got great leverage, natural leverage, right?
Well, for center, that seems to be average leverage.
I mean, he seems to move really well though. Like
Yeah.
he's all over the place in a good way, not like because he doesn't know what he's doing. I think it's because he can,
Yeah.
so they do it. I mean, this is USC, so I mean,
Yeah. Of course, they haven't
ooh,
been. I mean, they used to be known for defense, but not so much. Of course, I don't.
hmm.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, he got pushed a little bit there.
Even with all that natural leverage.
I feel like Penn State might have some dudes though.
Yeah. Not as many as the Browns. Yeah, I mean, you know, average athlete. Athlete. I have one more. Athlete. There you go. Just seems like a low ceiling guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go 7th round. I think he might be draftable, but just
Yeah, I'd say all over the place. Seems like he's got a bit of a mean streak, which I like, but a bit undersized and gets beat occasionally. So I feel like he's like a 4.5. I feel pretty good about that. Is this a guard, another guard? Oh yeah, that makes sense because
yeah. Basically, the entire Michigan interior offensive line is gonna be the NFL next year.
this guy might not have. All right, I guess we'll just have to watch him against. Actually, I don't know if he's got any highlight films. Hold on. Yeah, honestly, I don't think he's got. I don't want to watch this high school film. Let's see if they actually have.
Well, he's 6'6", 320.
It's good size.
Yeah.
Hold on, maybe if I take out
not
Michigan.
a well-known guy.
Oh, you know what? We can watch this because it just shows us our whole offensive line. We just gotta. Wait, what is he? Left or right guard?
I want to say left guard. Yeah.
Yeah, left guard. Okay, so all right, this guy right here.
Oh, fell down.
Yeah, it looks like he initially got beat, but he recovered well.
Yeah.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they use him in the pool a little bit, which is I guess
Yeah.
is nice, but I don't think he's like technically sound.
Yeah. Okay. So good size seems a bit unnatural to me and lacks power. Like he seems like I guess it's like unnatural but effective. You know what I mean? Like
Well, I
he's
think
where
what
he
he
needs to
benefits
be.
is his size. It's like
Yeah,
they naturally have to get around him. So
right. I think he uses his size well too. So yeah, I mean to me it's just like he's like a 5th round guy because of the size. You know? Like I feel like he's a guy that's gonna have to get molded. You know
yeah,
who he
I mean he's a bit
reminds
of
me
a
of?
project.
You know who he reminds me of? You're gonna think I'm gonna say Cordell Volson, but actually I haven't seen him get beat so much as he just kind of gets the job done. But it
But you
doesn't
think he's
look
more like
pretty.
Kappa?
Maybe. I don't know. I was just joking about the Cordell Volson thing.
Yeah. So I'd say he's got great size. Effective if he gets his hands on you, but doesn't seem technically sound. It gets beat fairly often. But yeah, I would say he's a 5th round pick. 5th round grade seems about right.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh, I forgot to put the grade. You put 5th round grade?
Yeah, 5th. Yep.
Okay. What we should do. Oh, wait. We should timestamp this because then you can make a short of it. And we've got the perfect view because you could just like make it this side of the screen, So I'm going to ask you a question here.
All right.
Of the interior offensive linemen, who are you most excited to see the Bengals draft? Like, if the Bengals drafted them, who would you be the most excited for them to draft? And then, like, put, like, the ceiling of the round that you would like to see them drafted in.
Yeah, I mean, the one that clearly jumps off the film would be Jackson Powers Johnson.
Yeah.
1st round, but I feel like a lot would have to happen for us to consider him.
Yeah. But that's your guy, then, of the interior offensive line.
But then again, I like Zinter. I think.
Okay. So I'll take that off.
I think Zinter makes more sense. And if he's like going to go into the season hurt, then I would have to say if we can get him in the 4th round, I feel like that's a steal.
Okay.
Like I feel like his grade is probably close to a first round pick, but it's the
Yeah.
whole injury thing that kind of like, okay. But I feel like if you can get him in like fourth, especially fifth, I feel like
Yeah.
that's a steal. Like,
Okay. Well, you stole my answer. I would be excited if the Bengals drafted Zach Center, like interior offensive line or as a guard, right? Like if they got him third round or later, like say like if they got him in the third round, I'd be pretty pumped. If they got him in the second round, I'd be okay with it. I just hope he's not hurt. But like a third round pick, fourth round pick, I think that I'd be ecstatic. But I would not be surprised to see him go much earlier because I think,
right.
I mean, like we read that little interview from him. He's planning on going to the combine to do interviews and he'll do medical and stuff. I just think that he just looks so good playing that, like, you know, if the medical clears him, someone's gonna.
Yeah, I get a sense he'll probably
snuck into the first round.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're okay with the medical stuff, so
yeah, if you feel confident in him,
Bengals got him. But like, I wouldn't be surprised if like someone picked him in the first round. But I would panic if the Bengals picked him in the first round, and I'd be really nervous if they picked him in the second round. Third round, I would be pretty excited about it.
I think the fourth round is like, because I feel like he might slip out of the second day, because like I feel like the first and second day, first through third rounds, is that you're looking for people that can almost make an immediate impact. I mean, obviously first round, probably looking at a starter, maybe even a second round, but even third round, you're looking for like especially like a guy that you can plug in here and there. So like if you're concerned that he's going to miss any part of the season, and it's going to be a little bit of like, you know, you're not going to get the full value this year, then I can see him being there early in the third day. And that to me, like if he's there, you kind of have to take him, right? Like, especially if it's there in the fourth, I think it's like a no brainer. You take Zinter, never look back.
There would have to be somebody I'd really like in the third round.
Because that's the thing.
We're talking like hypotheticals. We should just
let's do it. Let's get the draft.
Let's just get to the draft.
Because I think the big thing about the third round, I feel like, is that there's going to be receivers, defensive tackles that are going to be there where like, okay, we could really use them. To whereas like, we don't necessarily need a guard right now. I mean, eventually, because I think if you can get your future right tackle, right guard settled in this draft, that would be huge for the Bengals, because you're eventually not going to want to pay a veteran salary to right tackle or to the right guard. So it's like, I feel like that could be a very key thing to kind of address mid rounds. Mid to late draft. All right. All right, let's do this.
Start the draft.
Yeah.
Let's start it. We're in turbo mode. All right. So see how the draft went. So Brock Bowers is a guy that, you know, kind of have my eye on. So he went 8. Rashanu. So Fuaga, Latham. Oh man,
this is like our non-ideal.
Yeah,
but
a lot of the tackles went.
Even did Jackson Powers Johnson go? Because this is like the draft where like, okay, if we get Jackson Powers Johnson, it makes sense to me.
Okay, he's available if you want to pick him. The one thing I would mention that Latu dropped, and it wouldn't be bad to get an edge rusher.
No, and he's also versatile. So like I've seen him rush basically from everywhere on the defensive line. Wait, is Mims still there though? Because if Mims is still there, then I'm like,
Mims is still here.
Yeah, see, I would still take Mims.
Okay. Yeah. How about we pick we went through the interior offensive line? No. We'll take Mims.
Okay. Well, let me say this: Jackson Powers Johnson seems more of like a hit, like you know what you're gonna get. He's dynamic, to whereas Mims is like you're kind of looking at the upside, because he's like he only has like 8 or so starts. So
Yeah,
like
but
Jackson Powers Johnson's like, if you want to get something that's more of like a for sure
yeah,
thing, I can see why you would pick him. But
yeah, but I
Mims has
mean,
much.
how many? I mean, how many years did we play against like? Um, I mean, Steelers have had a Hall of Fame center for like, the last 15 years. That guy killed us. I can't remember his name. You know what I'm talking about?
Percy
Yeah,
or Pouncey. Sorry.
yeah, Pouncey.
Yeah, Pouncey.
So I'm thinking,
Let's just do Jackson Powers Johnson.
yeah,
let's just see how it folds.
see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be like the first draft we've done where we didn't pick Zinter. We could be turning a new leaf. All right. Let's see who got picked. So Frazier went 46. We looked at him a little bit today. I don't know. Oh, wow.
I feel like my receiver's there.
Who's your receiver? Legit?
No. Worthy.
Oh, look at Fiskey's rocketing up the board. Man.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of have to take him in the second round if you want him.
Yeah.
Can you filter out receivers though?
Yeah.
Yeah, Worthy's there. Man, that's tough for me. I mean, it sounds like we're gonna tag T, so I think we can afford. I mean, even Wilson looks nice. Can you go down a little bit further?
Roman Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson looks nice to me. Keep going. Johnny Wilson would be interesting, and then Corley. Maybe we get okay. Yeah, I say we go Fiskey second.
Oh, okay.
Or what are you thinking?
I wasn't. I thought we were gonna pick a wide receiver here, so I'm good.
I don't think the defensive tackle that we're looking for is gonna be there in the third. But I do think the receiver.
I mean, you gotta get the big men early, because they go away pretty quickly. All right. Well, so far I'm liking the draft. I mean, we didn't get our tackle, but
can you filter out the tackles and see what's available?
I'm gonna say not much.
Christian Jones might not be bad. But that's still kind of early. I think we can wait one more round. Other than that, we got Foster. It's
oh, our cousin Foster.
I think we get Foster in the fifth. All right. I feel like this might be a round for a receiver though.
Yeah.
But there's Trey Benson though. That's interesting to me. Johnny. Oh yeah. See, I would take Corley in the third. What are you thinking?
Well, I didn't like Corley. I thought he looked kind of slow and like a slot receiver.
Well, Johnny Wilson is like a 6'7". Like he seems like he
familiar.
I feel like he had a really good Senior Bowl.
Elite size middling receiver. I said he was a tight end. We need a tight end.
He's just one of those people that always seems to get open. So, like, if you're not liking Corley, then I think we should go Johnny Wilson.
All right, let's do it.
Because he's not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe he turns into a tight end. Maybe he eats his way, and maybe that's my dream. We draft Johnny Wilson, and the Bengals are like, "You need to gain 30 pounds." So you could play tight end, and he's like, well, how am I gonna do that? Like, we got an idea, and then like my phone rings. I'm like, all right, let's get some wings.
Get some wings, get some conies.
Let's get some wings and figure this out. All right. So we've addressed, well, sort of tight end, but not really. Defensive interior. So we haven't addressed any of the Bengals' needs.
Maybe we did. We already got Fiskey. He was our second round pick.
Yeah. So, but not tight end or tackle.
Okay, well, let's go to tight end. I think this might be the round for tight end. So we're in the fourth. I don't know. I'm a big Holker or Sinet.
We both like Holker and Sinet. So
I feel like you go for Sinet because he's more well-rounded. I mean,
yeah,
Holker might be more
but that's
dynamic.
like both of the like Theo Johnson is highly rated. So you got like 3 dudes that look like they're going to be there in round 5. So I'm thinking we target tight end next round.
Okay.
And then this round, I don't know.
Keep going. Keep going. Maybe filter out cornerbacks. I feel like I don't know. I would just trust PFF and go with the best available corner here.
Okay. I like that idea. And then I see Estime here, and I'm thinking 4th.
Is he fast?
Back. I don't know.
Can you filter out running backs? Because like there's one that I like late in the draft. Keep going. I kind of like Will Shipley because I feel like he can sneakily be like a slot receiver if you need him to be.
Yeah.
But if you keep going down, keep going. Actually, Frank Gore Jr. is interesting, but Isaiah Davis, I feel like, could be there like really late, 6th, 7th round.
Okay. I think then we go with the corner. So
Corner and tight end, right?
Yeah. So corner, tight end, and then running back.
Yeah. There goes Zinter. Damn.
He's not going to be there. Okay, round 5. What did we say again? We're going to go look at tight ends. Okay, and all the tight ends are there.
Can you go to tackle real quick? Because I guess we never got a tackle yet, have we?
I think we're at the sign a tackle in free agency.
I think it would be wise. Actually, maybe we take Foster and hope one of this. Take Foster. Hope our tight end drops.
Tight ends are there.
We gotta go tight end and running back.
They're all gonna go.
I'm glad we picked him. I'm glad we got the tight end or tackle because they just went.
There's Holker.
Oh, there's Sinet. I see Sinet. It's easy, right there.
Oh, look at us. We're so smart.
Playing the system.
You listening, Duke Tobin burner account?
Okay, so there's Frank Gore Jr.
Yeah, but you
And
like
then
the
there's
guy. Isaiah Davis.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we go for the linebacker from Texas first, and then go
linebacker from Texas. Let me filter linebacker.
Well, I guess maybe the running back might not be there next round.
That we had to go pretty far. Oh, okay. You want Jalen Ford? Is that what you're saying?
Well, for some reason I thought he was the best available linebacker, but I guess it says Steel Chambers. So I don't know. It's either a linebacker.
That's a pretty cool name.
I don't know. I feel like you either go linebacker or running back right now. What are you feeling? Linebacker? You just like the name?
Yeah.
So this has got to be the running back pick.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do running back. I think the running backs you like all went already.
Yeah. I don't know. I do like Jahar Jordan because I think he's fast. It's like the only reason why I like him, but I feel like we can get him in the last round if we needed to.
We're in the last round.
Well, I mean the last pick.
And then we have a pick 252.
Is there any safety rated decently?
Well, let's just look at who's on there. So
Proctor.
Okay. You want to get Proctor?
Let's do it. Proctor, and then I say
whatever tailback we can get.
Yeah, but I feel like it would have to be that Jarwa or whatever.
Well, let's see who we got. Yeah, okay. Got that guy. Bang.
Yeah, it
Oh
feels like
no, we got D plus.
yeah, but I still don't think that's a bad pick.
B
That
minus.
that's a I would assume that we and I'm sure we're gonna do like a veteran bridge gap type of tackle.
Yeah.
Because I mean the selling point for the Bengals would be like, hey, if you're not the starter, you're gonna be our swing tackle. Like you're gonna come in, you're still gonna get pretty good playing time, even though you're not a starter type deal. B minus, that's still not bad overall. I feel like that's kind of like our average. We tend to get a lot of B minuses, but I think going center early, I don't know. He seems like what you're saying, like that center that we had to deal with, Pouncey.
Yeah. I just think there's something to having you draft a guy and they're just your starter for 10, 15 years, right?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had like a really dominant center since Braham, right? Like that
Right.
was.
And I mean, it's just like you think of like the teams the Bengals play against. How many Hall of Fame players have the Steelers and Ravens drafted? Like around 18 to 20 because they got the best player at a position that was considered like not, high value, right? Like
I guess.
think of like Ray Lewis, you think of Ed Reed.
Well, I guess another thing we could have done to help improve the score is that we probably could have traded down a little bit and still got Jackson Powers, possibly.
I think they dinged us because they don't consider center to be a position of need.
Right.
And what you're thinking is, yeah, we have a center, but he can play guard. You get the center for now and the future, and then you move the current center over to guard, and you solve the interior.
Right, and I don't feel like you would have that pressure coming up in the middle of the pocket like you normally see.
Right.
I think that would really solidify the interior for quite some time, So I don't necessarily think it's the most ideal move, but it still makes sense. Like just based off his film, like he looks like a really good center.
In our defense, I mean, we're going with the interior offensive line theme, so why not? Why not?
Right, and it was just it's a nice little exercise just to see what happens when you do that. And
yeah,
I think if all things are equal still, like say if we didn't sign a tackle in the offseason, then I think you kind of have to go for Mims at that point. But assuming that we did address tackle, we got like a bridge gap player saying like, okay, you're going to be our tackle for this year. But we also got a tackle late in the 5th round, I think. Foster, we got our cousin.
We did address. So
Javon Foster made some noise.
Okay, well,
and I think to me the steal was Sinet in the 5th round because I feel like he's more like a 3rd rounder.
I think Pro Football Focus agrees. That's our highest grade, A minus.
I don't know. I feel like if you get a right tackle in the 1st round and then somehow like instead of getting Foster in the 5th, you get oh my god, what was that guard that we like out of Michigan?
Oh, Zinter.
Yeah, I mean you get Zinter. My god, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
Like I could see that too. Like that would be. I would say that would be almost ideal. Because eventually, because I don't think they're going to re-sign Kappa. I mean, I think he's played well for what he is, or whatever. But I feel like it's another player where if you have a quality guard that you can get in the draft that doesn't have to play this year, and you get him to go next year, I mean that's another 10 million you can shave off your salary cap.
Yeah.
So like Zinter, I don't know. Zinter seems really intriguing. Can we try it one more time to see if we can get Zinter in the 4th? Say if we go.
Well, why don't we just see where Zinter went?
I want to say he went right after we got Foster, or was it Newton?
So Zinter went pick 119.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Right after we picked Newton.
And honestly, like if we picked Zinter before Newton, then I'd still be okay with that because we don't.
Uh-oh, we lost it? My bad.
No worries. You can't wait. Can you go forward?
No.
All right.
But
Fair enough.
what I did do is
You did save it.
I did save. So we can see that so right. We could have got.
Yeah, if we flip that, we get Zinter in the 4th, and then just take the best available corner in the 5th, or even tight end in the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, that's all interchangeable. Corner, tight end, and I guess tackle / interior guard or interior offensive line can all be kind of flipped. And then I'm pretty sure we picked a linebacker based off of name. I mean, Ohio State, they usually have pretty good linebackers, so that's like linebacker U right there.
None as good as Steel Chambers.
Yeah, I mean this is like the all name draft, right?
Yeah.
We got our cousin and Foster, Steel Chambers, Jackson Power Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right. Well, at some point we need to do a draft where we just pick the coolest name.
that should be like the last thing we do right before well, I guess okay, well let's figure this out. What do you want to do next? I feel like maybe we do defensive ends now. Say defensive ends and then probably running backs. So next week we can look in.
Yeah, so we've did defense. So we still need to do linebackers, defensive backs. And,
okay.
I don't think we need to look at quarterbacks.
Nah.
We need to look at running backs though.
Yeah, I would say probably. I'd say defensive ends, corners
next.
Yeah, edge, corners, and then running backs. Seems like a good pathway.
Yeah,
and that actually should lead us right into the combine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see because we'll have all these. The good thing is we've been saving where they are on the big board when we do it. So then we could see how things kind of shift.
Oh yeah, things are definitely going to adjust because especially with certain positions like speed is so important.
Yeah.
So like for receivers, corners, probably linebackers and even defensive ends could really shake things up.
Yeah.
And then
we'll be able to react to all the mock drafts. After we get through all these positions.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess so next week we'll do edge and then probably corners and then I feel like that would be the combine because no. The combine's at the end of March, right? No.
I think it's the end of this month.
Oh, it is? Yeah, so we may run into I think you're right because I feel like the combine's only like a few weeks away.
There it is. February 29th to March 3rd.
Yeah, so we'll 21. Okay, so we'll be able to do defensive ends. And then I guess we might do something special for the combine during that weekend.
I mean, it's during our normal time.
I feel like I think that would be a good time to maybe mix in just kind of like
Joe?
Huh?
You said mixing.
Oh, no, like mix in like kind of just finish the corners and running backs at the same time while we're watching everything because it's like after the combine I feel like things are going to be pretty solidified Like at that point, they'll pretty much know who they want.
Well, yeah, but I mean, things shift around because like they see
Well,
it,
no,
they make
because
their
like only a few
decisions,
weeks
and
after
then
that's the draft. Like
I thought the
there's really
draft was in April.
well, I guess yeah, I guess there's a month. I don't think
Yeah.
much can change. I think
Well, not in the team's eyes, but then you get like the you know, I don't know if espionage is the right word, but like where like the teams pretend they like certain people to throw off other teams, or they'll call like their favorite reporter and be like, "Oh yeah, we really like Trevor Keegan," right? When they really want the other guy, you know.
yeah,
There's all
Zinter.
that subterfuge. And
Wait,
this
no,
is-
it's not Zinter. It's
yeah, Zinter's Michigan.
who's their corner or not their corner, their center?
I don't know. We have it right here though. We don't.
Frazier's their corner or center, right?
Oops. Nugent. Drake.
Okay, yeah, Zinter. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. That's kind of like, man, I feel like he could be the steal of the draft so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see how like the tight end ratings change, because like the ones I feel like we like are like continuously going in the 4th or 5th round, which seems kind of low, but
Yeah.
I feel like things can change once they start testing out their speed.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, all right. So I guess next week we'll do defensive ends.
Sure. Ready to end it?
Yep.
Ready to say
All right.
goodbye to the people?
Bye, peoples.
Bye.